Good evening, TikTok, social media, YouTube, whatever else. But today is day 27 of CB Ministries, and it's going to be quick because I'm in a bit of a hurry. But we're in Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. God is watching. Sometimes these words hit us with caution, as our thoughts stray and lead us down paths of temptations. Other times these words are of great comfort when we are pressed or overwhelmed or feel forgotten. Vengeance is not ours to deliver. God sees and He knows, but hope is ours to receive. For God sees and has not forgotten. Our enemies may try to put good people, try to put good people down. That's very true. You guys might have somebody that just constantly nags at you or tries to put you down, or just puts themselves higher on a totem pole than you and all the time nagging, hey, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. But if you're a good godly person, you know what's right, you know what's wrong. So you dip in the Bible and you just have to read to figure it out. You have to pray for the knowledge and the wisdom, and you also have to have the want to in your heart to dig in the Bible and find out what's right and what's wrong. But that doesn't mean you go, ha ha ha, I found what's wrong. Or, I know what's right, I know what's wrong, and you're wrong and I'm right. You don't do that, no. Do exactly what God would do. Do exactly what God would do. Just find out what is right and what is wrong, and then try to witness to that person. But they won't win in the end. That's exactly right. Our enemies may try to put good people down, but they won't win in the end. We cannot see the future, and we often don't see the end results of God's plan. But we need to trust that God will win. It says we need to trust, but we do have to have that trust in our heart. But God will always win, because there is only one person, and that's God, that knows His plan. No one else on this earth, no one else knows what God has planned for you, what He has planned for me, what He has planned for anybody. God is the only person that knows that. So don't barge in and try to change somebody else's path, or don't try to change your own path, because just like I said, God is the only person that knows that. we need the faith such as many in the Bible. But exactly what that says. You can't have trust without faith. You have to put trust, even in, say, a family member. You have to trust that family member. You also have to have faith in that family member. So why would we not have that same trust and that same faith in God, but deeper? So it says I wrote down, we need the faith such as many in the Bible, such as Abraham, Jacob, Moses, King David. But they also fail to see the fulfillment of God's promises. So even in that trust, in that faith, there's going to be shortcomings, there's going to be trials, there's going to be tribulations. Those trials and tribulations are a test from God. He's going to see if you're going to doubt Him, you're going to give up, you're going to turn. You're going to turn away from Him. And the story of Moses is my favorite story, but look how much doubt and just disbelief Moses had. Or even listen to God. Okay, God, that's what I'll do. But when it comes time to do whatever God had asked him to do, even down to hitting the rock that instead of smoke, or Moses smoked the rock, which means hit the rock. But Jesus, or God, spoke to him and said, hey, speak to the rock and water will pour forth. But Moses, out of anger and out of doing it on his own will, he wanted the 3 million people in the wilderness to look at him and say, hey, I'm the one that saves you. I got this. You need to believe in me and follow me. So he hit the rock. And just like a very, very, very important person told me the other day, well, I learned it in Sunday school, to be honest with you, a lot of the times Jesus is known as the living water or the rock. So Moses basically hit Jesus, and that's how he explained it to me. And it makes you really sit and think, how many times have we actually just, maybe not physically, but just every day that we're faced with a temptation or something like that, and we don't exactly handle it the way God would that be the same as hitting him? Or just laughing at his face? Exactly. That's how I look at it. But it says they also failed the fulfillment of God's promise, but still had faith, even though they had doubt. So, through our doubts and through our trials and tribulations and our hard times and our darkest days, we still have to have that never-ending trust and faith in God. God keeps giving us examples for His love and care for us. In our darkest days, may we remember that Jesus came into the world as the light, which will shine on our darkest. So, let's read that one more time, because that just put a fire in your heart right there. God keeps giving us examples for His love and care for us. In our darkest days, may we remember that Jesus came into the world as its light, which will shine in our darkness. So, you may think you've hit rock bottom. You're in the dark. Nobody wants you. Nobody loves you. There's just nobody here for you. You're on your own. But it says right here, Jesus came in this world as its light. So it will shine in your darkness. But you have to accept that. Just like it says right here. I'm going to read it one more time. God keeps giving us examples for His love and care for us. In our darkest days, may we remember that Jesus came into the world as its light, which will shine in our darkness whenever we call upon Him. Now, let me explain one more thing to you. I learned this in Sunday school class and did not know it, to be honest with you. I did not know it at all, honestly. My Sunday school teacher, I think the absolute world of her, and words that she gives me or just teaches me through that class stick with me more than she realizes. But the other day she told me, she said, I'm not sure if it was, I can't remember exactly, I'm not sure if it was kids or just humans in general. I think it was kids. If you tell a kid 3 times, they're more likely to remember it. And I just read that 3 times. And it's why I repeat myself a lot. And also because I'm a little silly and crazy, and I easily forget. But I also repeat it 3 times for my own good, so I remember. So thank you to the Sunday school teacher. But you guys, always, no matter what you're faced with in this world, put your trust and your faith in God. And it says right there, Jesus is the light on your darkest days. But it also says whenever you accept Him. You have to have the acceptance. You have to have the love and the want to do right. The want to please God in your heart. So it's not just Him. He's not going to poke you on the shoulder and say, hey, let me help you with this so you can come to me. No. You're going to have to dig down in the Bible a little bit. You're going to have to get that want to. Maybe show up to church. And speaking of that, I'm still trying. I need to get the dates for Bible school. I'd love to see each and everybody there. Anybody that can come, I would love to see them there. If we need more room, we'll move outside. But you guys just keep your trust, keep your faith in God. You don't know the path He has set for you. So when something don't go exactly right, don't get discouraged, don't get aggravated, don't get mad, don't get angry or angry, because there could be a far different path that God has set for you. So you just step back, you pray, you turn to God for your answers, and just hope for the best. Let Jesus be the light. Let Him shine the light for that path. Just suppose that path is dark. This is your path, and then there's a path over here with a little bit of light in it. Not a little bit of light. There's just a whole sunshine of a light. Jesus shining on it. Step over there to that path and just pray and just grow your faith, grow your relationship with God, and just trust Him wholeheartedly. God bless you guys.